the Mississippi Crop Situation Podcast featuring the Crop Doctors.
Hello from the Row Crop Short Course in Starkville. Tom, it's our mobile podcast. What did we call this thing last year? I think you called it.
I think we called it Crop Doctors Podcast Studio B.
Yeah, I think that's what you called it. I just thought about that.
Well, and this would probably be Studio C because last year and the year before we did it in the same room in the Marriott. Now we're not in the Marriott. Now we're in the mill.
Yep. We're in the bowels of the mill too, because it's quite a hike from the. The meeting space back over here to where we are.
And if you could hear how this room echoes, you actually would think we're in a garage or down in the basement of someplace, but we're not in the garage. We're actually in a room that's all the way in the back.
And we have a big window with people waving at us.
Yeah, outside. Which is really, it's odd. Yeah. We don't have that issue in Stoneville. People don't know where we are.
No. So we have another one of our platinum sponsors, Southern agcredit. We got Mr. Colton Thomas and Steele Harden with us. So y'all have not been on with us before.
First time.
Yep, and, first time. So Southern agcredit has been, but you two individually have not been on with us. Take a second, tell folks who Southern agcredit is. I mean, we've had podcasts with y'all before, but those are in other years. So take an opportunity to tell us who your company is and what y'all offer growers in the state.
So Southern agcredit, we go as far north as Washington County, all the way down to the coast. We got 7 offices in Mississippi, 2 in Louisiana. I'm located in our Greenville office. As far as what we offer, man, we got for row crop farmers. That's what I deal with mainly, being down in the Delta. But we deal with cattle farmers, poultry farmers, row crop farmers. Just your normal guy that's looking to buy some hunting property anywhere across Mississippi. What I deal with my row crop farmers, we offer operating lines, equipment loans for those guys, folks that are wanting to buy row crop land. Our slogan is anything outside of the city limits we can deal with, whether it's rural homes, we can hook you up.
Colton nailed it. If it's ag related, we can do it. We're kind of, our 2 offices, I guess, are a little bit different from some of our other offices. We've got Hattiesburg and Gulfport. They do a lot of rural home loans, small kind of 5-acre homes, or poultry loans, which poultry is. I don't know a whole lot about poultry. We're mainly row crop up in the Delta. Greenwood's a little bit different than Greenville because we are right there at the hills. So we do a pretty good bit of cattle stuff, just recreational hunting tracks, 50-acre tracks, 200-acre tracks, 500-acre tracks. But yeah, man, like Colton said, if it's ag related, we can do it. So
another really cool thing about the lenders in our offices is this. They understand what the clientele and the customers that come through those doors. We can relate to them because we love to be outdoors. We love to fish. We love to hunt. Most of us have farming backgrounds. My family farms, so we understand. When they come through that door, what they need and the type of help that we can provide for them.
We don't talk about that enough, or we have in the past, what the family type level experience is with all of us that work in agriculture. I mean, we're all a pretty tight-knit group, sure. And that's definitely beneficial and really important and it makes working with your customers a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the farm visits and, just knowing, really personally knowing your clients and getting out and visiting them, their family, their moms, their dads, their grandmothers, their aunts and uncles. So, it's a really tight-knit deal for sure.
Do the 2 you feel this meeting's been beneficial for you? I mean, obviously you're meeting with some potential customers out there or past customers when you're here, so it's a good exposure for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of this, is not necessarily, just drumming up new business while we're here, but it's more or less just shaking hands with people we know and just showing face and just being there, and that's really just part of it. Is just being out in the community and letting these farmers know that we're here and that we want to do what we can to help them out.
A lending agency like Southern agcredit that's not a bank, it's not one of the big commercial banks. Aside from this relationship, with your customers that y'all both mentioned, what else is the value of doing business with an organization like Southern Ag Credit rather than maybe one of the larger banking institutions?
It's all about the relationship. So when you meet these people and we're able to help them and we end up making a loan, they know that they have my cell phone number. It's not like when they call and they're talking to an operator that's putting them into a different line. They can call my cell phone at any time. They have any questions. It's personal is what it is. It's not just when they come to us, they know that they're getting a personal relationship.
Well, and we kind of touched on this already too, but we and not to knock your regions or your Bank Plus here in town, but that's all we do is ag. We get it. We keep up with the market. We watch the commodity prices. You walk into your everyday commercial bank here in town. That's just they can't provide some of the services that we can offer too.
We all recognize that. Jason, I could tell you that for what we do, going to church with the people that we work with, and then having that close personal relationship with people is important. And it makes people feel comfortable because I get questions just about everywhere I go.
Well, and two, I guess as far as the actual loan process goes, if you want to kind of get into that part of it, a lot of your commercial banks, if you go and tell them you want to buy 100 acres with a cabin on it, one, they may tell you just that they can't do it. They've got a 10-acre max, and that's just not something they can do. And if they can do it, it's probably going to be a 5-year note with a balloon on the end where we can structure it like a traditional mortgage. We can do that 100 acres, and we can finance it for 30 years. We can fix the rate out for the full 30 years. So, that's a big deal too. We can structure loans a lot differently than, your typical commercial banks.
So step through the process, Steele. You mentioned that. So say I identify a piece of property that I'm interested in. I'm in Greenville, so I'd call Colton, I guess. So step us through the process of how we would do that.
You pick out your property. You call us. We kind of fill it out. Anything going down this route. We do smaller loans, smaller acreage loans, less than 10-acre loans, but that's kind of getting off into the weeds on some of that. But you get your place, you call us, we say, yeah, we can do that. We take your application. It's very minimal financial stuff, year's tax return, application, financial statement, driver's license. We take it, we run it, we can get it done in probably, as long as we get everything we need from you, we can have it done in a day, 2 days, 48 hours, get it approved.
Yeah, depending on the size. Once we get all the financials that we need, it gets sent off to an analyst. We can typically have you an answer within that afternoon, if not the next day. Once we get an answer, we have a appraisal department in-house. That's no charge to our customers. We do our own appraisals. If they have an attorney that they prefer to use, we link up with them, get title work ordered. And, if everything goes smooth with the title work, we can get loans closed within a week and a half.
So some of them, depending on the case, some of them can drag out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if it's a pretty simple deal and everybody's on the same page and it works, yeah, we can get it in and get it done in about a week.
Do y'all have anything else that you need to mention specifically?
When dealing with a farm credit bank, we are a cooperative with the Farm Credit Bank of Texas. What that is we require our customers to purchase stock when we make them a loan. It's 2% of the loan amount, or it's capped at $1,000. Once you purchase the stock, it makes you eligible for our patronage program, and it's basically a rebate check that's paid back to our borrowers somewhere in second, third week of February. Those rates, on average, those patronage checks have paid back a full 1% back on that interest rate. So say I'm sure everyone's aware interest rates are higher right now, but say that interest rate is locked in at 8%. Once you get that patronage check back, you're looking at a net rate of about 7%. But that patronage check is mailed to our borrowers. You can take it, you can cash it, put it in your pocket. You can put it back towards your loan. It's yours to do whatever you please with.
Don't quote me on this number, but we gave back it was $2-3 million back to the borrowers last year, somewhere around there.
Somewhere in there, yes.
Where can folks go to find information about Southern Ag Credit?
Yeah, you can call us. You can Google us, Southern Ag Credit. We've got, like Colton said, we've got 7 offices in Mississippi, 2 in Louisiana. We do work pretty close with Land Bank. I'm sure y'all probably have them on as well. You know, they kind of cover the north half of the state. We kind of cover the south half of the state. We've got a really good relationship though with them. You know, if somebody calls in their area, or you know, if somebody calls us from their area, we'll kind of, you know, lean it back onto them, and they'll do the same for us. So Land Bank's a good connection that we've got too. So.
Yeah, I believe it's southernagcredit.com, and there's each branch is listed out on that website that you can click on, and it shows the loan officers in each branch. You can fill out an application online and send in an inquiry online, and it'll go directly to that branch, so they will receive that and give you a phone call or an email back, or all the office numbers are there. Call and somebody can help you out.
And the website's got commodity prices and market reports and just different ag updates, stuff that's going on. So there's a lot of good stuff out there on the website.
And I would assume your contact information that is listed on each office.
Yeah,
it is.
Branch. Okay.
And there's a little loan calculator, kind of mortgage calculator deal out there. So yeah, it's a pretty cool website. So check it out.
Colton and Steele, thank y'all for spending some time. I know y'all need to get back up there to your booth and keep talking to some customers. So thank you so much for your sponsorship of the short course. I mean, y'all are a long-time sponsor now, and we certainly appreciate it. We hope y'all get some value out of the sponsorship and your presence at the meeting too.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank y'all. Absolutely.
Thank you.
The Mississippi Crop Situation Podcast is a production of Mississippi State University Extension.